Have you ever been in the middle of an argument and someone suddenly says, "Actually, you said this on Tuesday at 9 p.m." And you think, who keeps track of that? Maybe that person is you. You remember exact phrases, the tone, and the pause before the sentence. Not because you're trying to win, but because your mind never really lets words disappear. If this feels familiar, you're not dramatic. You're not obsessive. There's a psychology behind why some people remember everything said to them, and once you see it, your memory will start to make sense. Some people remember words because they listen too carefully. Picture a conversation where everyone is half listening, waiting for their turn to speak. But this person, they absorb every detail. Their attention doesn't skim, it sinks. Words attach to emotion, and emotion strengthens memory. If something mattered, hurt, surprised, or confused them, it stayed. If this is you, you probably replay conversations later. Not out of obsession, but because your brain filed it as important. You didn't choose to remember. Your mind did it automatically. Then, there are people whose memory is shaped by unpredictability. Imagine growing up around moods that changed without warning. You learned to listen between the lines. What was said, how it was said, what it really meant. So, your brain became a recorder. Remembering words wasn't emotional, it was survival. If you could remember patterns, you could predict outcomes. If this resonates, you may notice you remember not just words, but implications. And forgetting feels unsafe. Another profile is the internally sensitive processor. These are people whose emotional response lingers longer than the moment itself. Someone makes an offhand comment, everyone else moves on. But your mind pauses. Why did they say that? Did they mean it? Was that about me? The emotional charge keeps the memory alive. Not because you're fragile, but because you process deeply. Then, there's the quiet truth most people miss. Some people remember everything said to them because they rarely say everything they feel. They hold back. They listen more than they speak. So words spoken to them carry more weight than words they release. Silence creates space, and space preserves memory. But here's the twist. Remembering everything doesn't mean you can't move on. It means your mind stores information for meaning, not revenge. You may forgive, but you don't forget. Not because you're holding grudges, but because memory is how you understand people. And finally, some people remember words because they believe words reveal truth. Tone slips. Sentences betray intention. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. So if you remember everything said to you, it doesn't mean you're stuck in the past. It means you notice, you absorb, you remember what others overlook. The question is, what do you do with those memories? Do they guide you or weigh you down? Which part of this sounded like you? And if you carry words longer than most, maybe it's because your mind was never built to forget easily.